Okay, got that going. It's my life. It's my pain and my struggle. The song that I sing to you is my everything. Treat my first like my last and my last like my first and my first is the same as when I came. It's my joy and my tears and the laughter it brings to me is my everything. Okay, I think I got it going. I think I got it going. I think I got it going. Yep, there we go. Okay. We are live. Hey, live. All right, what's going on, my people? What's happening? All right, here we go. Let me just do this and send this out, and we should be good. Hey, live. All right. Thing with the fortune, or maybe not the fortune. It's my life, my pain and my struggle. The song that I sing to you is my everything. Treat my first like my last and my last like my first, and my verse is the same as when I came. Joy in my tears and the laughter it brings to me is my everything. First like my last and my last like my first, and my verse is the first time I sang. Woo! There we go. Okay. We rocking and we rolling, people. Yes, indeed. I want to send that. Okay. And share. And one more to the young Twitter. And we good. Alrighty. Yes. Boom. Send this little tweet out here about the shizzo. If I can actually send it. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but whatever. There we go. Alright. There we go. Boom. All right, people. We are here. It is on and popping. What's happening? All right, guys. So, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to the first person in the chat. And that is no one other than one of my most favoriteest people in the world, my lovely wife. Salute to you, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I also want to give a shout out to everybody that has been supporting the show, everybody that's been watching. The last show I did last night had some really awesome numbers. My biggest show yet. So, man, thank you to everybody that checked it out, everybody that clicked on it, that subscribed, that hit the like. Please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click the little doohickey at the bottom there, the little thumbs up. Let's share the show. Appreciate y'all. And what I wanted to talk about tonight, try to dive right into it, is one of the things I touched on yesterday. And we're talking about the whole, the R. Kelly saga continues. And one of the people that came forward, or one of the first people, I believe she was one of the first people to come forward and tell her story, is Asante McGee. And Asante McGee, she was not an underage girl. She was a good and grown ass woman. And she was, from what I saw, she was like a fan. I even think she even said it on the show that she was a super fan. So she like loved R. Kelly, supported R. Kelly, all that good stuff. And I guess some kind of way she had the opportunity to meet R. Kelly. And at some point she hung out with R. Kelly, fucked R. Kelly, sucked R. Kelly, became one of R. Kelly's girls, and then she joined the family and was a part of his team, crew, girls, whatever you want to call it. She was in the fam, is what they referred to it as or whatever. So, she was rolling with this dude for, I think it was like 3 years. And it was quite shocking to just see how her coming about in this whole thing, and then with the accusations that she made, and then to see her like doing a press conference where she's kind of like being coached The dude with the Bluetooth thing was like coaching her on it. It just didn't seem right, right? And I was just, it bothered me a little bit too. I was like, well, maybe she was nervous, or maybe she just on some bullshit or whatever. Didn't know. But then there was a phone call that had surfaced, and actually shout out to my wife again because she sent me the phone call, and I heard the phone call and I'm like, oh hell to the no, wait a minute. So I said, well, I got to do a show about this totally separate, because not only in this phone call is she being pretty much ousted about how much bullshit she's on, but you also hear, I think this is her oldest daughter that's talking and is like giving like her side of the story and what she saw and what she experienced. So I ain't calling her a liar, but I'm damn sure ain't gonna say she's telling the truth. I'm damn sure not gonna say that. So, and a lot of times in between what somebody else said and what somebody else said, in the middle you find the truth. So, I personally believe from what I heard in this phone call was that she was with it, she was rolling with the dude, and now she saw an opportunity to cry victim, and that's where she's at today. She's trying to literally get on board with the other parents that had children that were seeing R. Kelly and all that kind of stuff. She's literally trying to just throw her hat into the ring and get her shine. That's what she's trying to do. That's just all it comes up. It looks to me. So hopefully you guys can bear with us and then we can actually get through this and see what's happening. I'm just going to play it, and at those spots where I feel that, hey, you know, I need to make a point, I'm going to do that, and we can go from there. So without any further ado, let us proceed, good people. Yes. All right, here we go. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this. All right, and boom.
I was like, my best friend in town, and you talking about she can't come over, so Dummy took her sister's car, and she came and got me.
Pulled
and
up.
I left the house. I walked out the front door.
It's like city shit.
I walked straight out the front door. So after that, she put cameras in the house.
Damn. And now she came. So, like, when she left it, like, I wanted that R. Kelly, like, tell her to leave, or did she just kind of, like, I wonder why she stopped fucking with him.
I don't know.
But that's
I don't know what.
that's some interesting shit, because y'all mama didn't tell me that shit was like, that. I ain't gonna lie, she was like, I ain't gonna lie, she was telling me they were having fun, but she was saying shit like, oh, y'all had a nanny, and she was saying R. Kelly, she said R. Kelly get y'all a nanny and shit.
I was the nanny.
Tell that nigga, where your check at? You need a check.
That's why all my friends would be like, Dear, you raise kids. Like, those are your kids. And that's why I say all the time, like, don't get up my kids. Like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, so first and foremost, so you can hear her clearly say, and this is her daughter, you can clearly hear her say that she raised them kids. So I guess the thing that was said was that R. Kelly was paying for her to have a nanny come to the house and take care of the kids while she was doing her occupation as a sex slave. She was sex slaving, and there was supposed to be a nanny taking care of the kids and taking care of them. Maybe she was getting money for it. I don't know. I ain't gonna even speculate. It don't matter. Fact of the matter is that this girl, who is her oldest daughter, is saying basically, wasn't no motherfucking nanny. It was me taking care of my siblings, pretty much. So this chick, and his was just so fucked up about it. You doing what you doing, right? You with R. Kelly, y'all fucking, y'all playing these sex games, y'all doing whatever y'all doing. Ain't nobody hating on that. Ain't nobody got nothing to say, and I ain't even judge you on that. But the fact that you leaving your kids, and you leaving your kids to be raised by basically your oldest daughter, that's what you doing. That's the tragedy right there. Turn it around. Now you gonna try to say that this is R. Kelly's fault, or you gonna try to say that you was a victim and you couldn't be there for your own kids, and you gonna say, hey, this is part because I was a victim, because I was being held against my will, I was a sex slave, whatever. I was so in love with R. Kelly, with the way he was mistreating me, that I just couldn't I just couldn't live my life. Now you gonna further hear what she's saying as far as how she wasn't working. She was just with this nigga or chasing this nigga or just trying to be where he at. Like, I mean, just straight, what's that, Jackson 5. I just want to be where you are. Oh, that's what she doing. She just want to be where he at. That's it. And he got a song called that too. Or is it, I just want to be there. That's his other song. But anyway, but you already heard the first shot.
I took care of them.
See, I didn't know why you were saying that.
Yeah.
Damn, your mama coming
Tell
back.
everybody the full story. I'm the one that lost the fish.
Right. Right. And I was like, cause I was wondering what I was like, how in the hell she got there and get money? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, how in the hell she get money? I ain't gonna lie, I was like,
we moved it every year. So I'm like, how is she getting the money for this? Like, what is she doing?
yeah.
Oh, you know what the fuck she doing. You know what your mama was doing. It ain't no what is she doing. If she ain't working and she getting money, then she twerking. She's serving up that bottom, that top, that side, that middle. That's what she doing. Well, that's right. She's sucking and fucking. Going at it with the cameras on. That's what she doing. That's what she's doing. Shout out to my man Mac Love. But that's what she's doing. Eric said it best. She's sucking and fucking if you doing that. Y'all ain't got no stable home environment because she says she moving and you see she's coming home with money. That's R. Kelly paying out. He breaking off. So that to me is not a slave. That's what you call an arrangement. That's what you call a deal, if you will. Or a proposition saying, hey, I'm going to give you this, you give me that. And if it's total control over your box in your mouth or whatever, then that's just what it is. And I'm not saying that this daughter is just the holy grail. I'm not even going to even attempt to say that that is what she is. But I can guarantee you that she ain't just stirring up this fucking pot of lies and just making this shit up as she go. Now the dude, you can definitely hear that he's the one who's initiating this shit because you can even hear how he's talking on the phone. And in all honesty, you can hear the way he's talking on the phone. He's leading the conversation. It's like he's the one that's probing and trying to pull shit out. So there's some fuckery on his end because he's not just having a conversation. You can tell by the way that he's talking. He on some bullshit. If a motherfucker called me and we were talking on the phone like that and he was sounding like that, I would be like, wait a minute, motherfucker, what the fuck is you doing? Is you recording me or something? Because that's how it sounds. It just sounds like that's what he's on. So I get that part of it. And yes, within that, in her defense, there could be some fuckery on his end too. I'm not going to say that, yeah, this is it. She's being exposed and all. No, I'm not saying that. What I am pointing out is that there is some discrepancies on both sides. And that's why I said what I said in the beginning. From this person's side and that person's side in the middle, you can find the truth or pretty much the majority of it. And that lets you know that she is not a victim, which is what I'm trying to definitely just point out here. So.
Somebody would tell me, it's like, you lying. Like, yeah.
And then she, so they said, and then she said like he was like keeping them in the house, but how the hell why the hell they said that? And then she was coming and going when she wanted to.
There's another shot.
I guess because she had kids. I don't know.
But I'm saying like between me and you, she come home when she.
Nah, nigga, it ain't between me and you. It's between you, her, and the rest of the world, because you knew you was gonna drop this shit as soon as you could. I bet you that nigga was on the phone doing this, like, between me and you, no. You knew you was gonna drop this shit. You knew you was getting some information. And she might have even been conniving enough to say, look, you call me and you basically interview me and I'm going to tell you all the lowdown and then we going to drop this shit together. They could definitely be on some Ashford and Simpson shit talking about we build it up and now it's solid as a rock. That could definitely be the case. I'm just saying. I'm calling it like I see it. I'm not trying to say this person is 100% right or that person is 100% wrong, but it's definitely some bullshit.
Well, but I'm saying she's telling the world that she was trapped.
The world, Craig.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's that crazy shit. There you go.
Maybe she forgot.
Wow, that shit crazy, man. This shit crazy. This shit is really crazy.
You notice how he sounds? You notice how when you listen to comedians and they like when a joke don't fall through, especially a comedian that's really like new to the game, And I forgot what comedian said this, but you notice how when they do that, they'll say shit like that. Like, man, it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. Y'all crazy. It's like that's what he doing. He kind of like finding himself not knowing what to say. So in between that, he's just like trying to keep the conversation going by like, it's crazy, man. It's just crazy, man. I just can't, man. Wow, it's crazy. Like, what the fuck?
And then they done linked up and came out, and they just like teamed up on his ass. Can't do nothing.
Right. And then she used to text us while she in the house and everything. She'll text me, make sure Sonny and Joe do this, take their bath, brush their teeth. Like, okay.
And then she tried to say he took a phone. How that, like this?
Now there you go. Now she ain't got no reason to lie about that because she's saying like she was texting me and all that, and it's like this. Not trying to say that it makes sense, but it kind of does because if you know that this chick got kids, what person ain't gonna let somebody talk to their kid like you can't talk to your kids? It's like, is R. Kelly crazy? Yes. Is he a little bit perverted? Absolutely. But I don't think he would be to the point to where with her in particular that he would be like, you can't talk to your kids. So maybe she did have a phone and maybe he gave it to her periodically to check in with your kids, see how your kids doing. All right, now go get your ass back in the corner and crawl and piss in that bucket. He could have done that. But the point is, she was willing with this whole thing. She was willing and she was being compensated. So I don't get the whole thing about you trying to act like you were in the same boat as maybe those 15, 16-year-old, 17-year-old girls were. I don't see you being in that same boat. I just see you being a willing participant as far as just being totally submissive to what this dude wanted. That's just plain and simple. You were a super fan and you was trying to be the best fan you could be by whoring yourself out to your idol. Let's
All
go.
of them might be crazy for real, Tierra. All of them just thrown off. All of them suffer from the same disease. You think so? Damn, that shit crazy. Like,
Crazy.
then you as a child, that's what I'm saying. Like, you as a child looking at this shit and you knowing that, like, exactly how it was, and you hear, like, how do you, like, what do you feel like? What, like,
I'ma tell you how it was. How it was. Bitch, how it was.
Huh?
How it was.
Yeah, you want to make that money. You help me though, Tierra?
What is that?
I said, like, just looking at it now, like, how do you feel, like, knowing that, like, she was able to talk to y'all and she was able to come and go like she wanted to, and then they going on national TV doing this shit? Like, how you feel about that?
Right.
Getting paid.
There it is. Now that's true. You getting paid.
Not because she was living a life, to be honest.
Living a goddamn life.
Come on and tell it.
Life, to be honest.
She was. Like, she was getting spoiled. You paying for everything for her. She come home with all these designer clothes and bags and a bunch of money. Like, I still got the video when she came home with thousands of dollars.
Damn.
Now, shot number 4. That makes sense right there. Now, if you saying that why would you make up the fact that saying, oh, I still got the video? No, that means that there was some type of video of her coming home, of her having this shit, whether it was gifts, money, clothes, cars, whatever it was, I don't know, but she's definitely stating the fact that she came home and she was being compensated some kind of way to where she was coming home. So that also means that it sounds like there were just pretty much with her, there were rendezvous. So look, I'm going to be in Jersey. I'm going to fly you out here. I'm going to be out in Jersey for 8 days. I'm going to fly you out here, put you in this hotel room. You do what the hell I say, when I say it, the way I say it. And I'm going to control the shit out of you for these 7 days. Then I'm going to send you back home because I got to fly to somewhere else and do this to about another 4 more other girls. It seems like she was a willing participant because she's basically checking in and out. She's coming and going. And while she's there and while she's spending that time with him, then she's getting compensated for it. Because she coming home with racks on racks on racks. She coming home with bags. She coming home with gifts. And everybody knows that R. Kelly is known for shopping. He'll go take the girl out shopping and go do a thing. He's doing it with the girl that was with him now, Jocelyn. You see them out shopping, getting bags, popping tags, whatever you want to call it. That's what they're doing. So that kind of lines up with what the whole MO is and what the plan was, and there you go.
I ain't even seen that shit. Came home checked up.
Right.
She's
Helping other people pay their bills.
damn. How many thousands she had, Tierra? A lot. Tierra. Tierra say, whew. Damn. She came flashing that shit with y'all shooting videos and everything.
I flex with the money.
You did?
I took the money. I'm like, who broke?
Oh shit. He said.
So there she goes. She even saying how she participated in it. Now to her point, she ain't dogging Kels. She knew what it was. So if she knew what it was and she didn't figure it out, she like, hey, shit, I was flexing with the money too. Shit. She come back, we got bread. Us rich. Whatever you want to call it. So it's like she's benefiting from this too. And that's my biggest thing with all of these women. There is no trapped in the closet, pun intended. There is no trapped in the closet and I'm just here as this victim and can't do nothing and get. No. These women were benefiting from this. They was getting money. They was getting the clothes. They was getting the attention and the time spent in flying here and flying there and the bags. And they were getting that. So you can't tell me that you sitting here like just straight up victim and it was just, oh, I've just been held against my will and just been getting fucked on and all this for days on end, not knowing what time it was. And that's not what it was. You wasn't a prisoner like that. You literally like gave up your control to this man. That's what you did. And you did it because this nigga was a star and he had money and he had fame and he had power. That's what it was. So it's like, man, y'all was with it.
Mute broke. Hell no. Damn.
Crazy.
Goddamn.
Crazy,
like,
man. It's
like
crazy.
I said, she still got all the pictures and everything. Like, she remembered. And then that's all like what confused me because when he came to town, she still went to his concert.
Right.
That's all like, Asante, what the fuck that shit? And then she tried to justify it. Like, no, the only reason why I'm going because of this and that. Well, I'm like, those people definitely could have went to the concert without you. But, but whatever.
So this dude has been victimizing you. He has been taking control of you. He's been abusing you for 3 years. And yet you find your way to go to the concert. And I guarantee you the bitch didn't pay. He got her a ticket. I guarantee she didn't pay. He was like, yep, you get backstage, front row, whatever it is, whatever you want, I got you. Because I'm going to have you in this corner pissing in this bucket later on tonight. That's what he did. And that's what she did, and she was cool with it.
Wow. It's your mama.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing about it. You might get put out again for a whole goddamn.
I'm only here for 2 weeks.
See? Damn. So that's how she probably bought the house, huh? I'm getting paid for this shit.
Probably, I think so.
Cause she ain't worked no goddamn well. She ain't worked no fucking where. Like, keeping it real. Like, your mama ain't, like, that coupon and shit, that shit is not fucking making that much money.
He didn't say coupon. I gotta agree with you. You ain't making that much money. You coupon. No way.
She doesn't cute. She doesn't sell all her garage like that no more.
She ain't got to. She didn't hit big. Hey, your mama
This
tell
house was like 14 something or 15 something.
Damn.
Crazy, man. It's crazy. He said call it remorseful prostitution.
Yeah, I know. I'm coming over there. I'm coming over there to see that motherfucker today. For real. As soon as she called my ass, I'm telling she might well go ahead and send me that address. Yeah, she got damn, what's her name? She had bipolar on me too, but that's crazy as hell. Just knowing that shit that like, man, that's crazy as hell. Just put it like, man, I ain't gonna lie. See, that's sometimes this shit just unfair, man. But she couldn't get paid from that shit, but that shit unfair.
Boom. And there it is. There's the money grab. She about to get paid from this shit. And this is the thing. It's like, here's where the big problem is. Well, it's two big things that bother me about this. That bothers me. Number one, y'all all getting together and y'all trying to play this y'all playing this victim card when all y'all doing is getting together for the money grab. Because I guarantee you, the next thing that's gonna come is gonna be the civil suits. That's what's next. That's what's coming. That's on the horizon. The civil suits is on the horizon. That's what everybody has gotten together for. That's what everybody's looking at. The thing about it is that they want to try to do the prosecution part of it so that they can actually have something of substance that they can take to civil court. Oh, so when you're in civil court, it's about the motherfuckers believing you. It ain't about saying, oh, when this person have this happening, they want to be able to say, well, he's been brought up on charges of this, he's been brought up on charges for that, and the only reason why he's not in jail today is because the statute of limitations ran out, or we didn't have enough witnesses come forward, we couldn't get a corroborating witness to come forward that can get him convicted. But all of these people then came together, and they are not lying, y'all, so we want y'all to grant them some money. It's just like how when OJ killed Nicole Brown. Yep, I said it. Just like when OJ killed Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman. It wasn't a thing to where there was enough evidence to convict him, right? So that's how he got off. However, when it came around to that civil court, they was waiting. The judge, when OJ got into civil court, the judge was already doing this like motherfucker, you can forget it. I'm finding your ass. You ain't getting off on both courts. Damn that. You ain't gonna get out of criminal court, and we can't lock your black ass up. God damn it, I'd be damned if we let you get out of this civil court. You ain't getting out of it. Like, he like, come on in here. Come on, Miss Sis. Come on. The dude came in. When he came in, the judge already had the gavel up, ready to say, boom, I find for the defendants, for the plaintiffs, let's give them some money. So it was inevitable. Everybody knew that. OJ just didn't want to go to jail. I get it. But the evidence wasn't there to convict him. You don't need to have beyond a reasonable doubt in civil court. So it's like, that's why they're doing this, so that they can say, hey, people right now can see this documentary, and it's all about pulling on the heartstrings. You want to play to the emotions of the people, because if you can play on their feelings, play on their emotions, when it comes time to go to civil court, it'll be so widespread throughout the nation that people will feel sorry for them, period, and will fine for the plaintiff. That's all this is. And that's why I'm saying this is a money grab. Just like with Bill Cosby. All of that shit with them women coming forward 30 and 40 years ago. Bill Cosby drugged me and fucked the shit out of me back in 1973, right after Let's Do It Again came out. He did it to me again and again. And yes, I was popping pills and was on these Quaaludes and all this stuff, but he was wrong. And it was like all to just say, hey, let's get enough momentum, let's get enough evidence, and let's get his ass in civil court. The reason why Bill Cosby's ass went to jail was because he thought that he was America's dad, and he thought he can go into the police office and say, yes, I did do that shit back in the 70s, man. We all did it. And that's when he fucked up. He talked to the police. He pointed out and said that he did do the shit before, and that was his admission of guilt. And that fucked him. Plain and simple. You don't go talk to the police and tell them what you did, whether it was 20 days ago or 20 years ago. Keep your goddamn mouth shut. Get your lawyer and say, hey, what you think, lawyer? No, we ain't saying shit to the police. Cool. That's what you do. Because that's what got his ass on the hook. That right there, the fact that he went and talked to the police, that got him on the hook because he admitted the shit. So therefore, they had no choice. We got his ass. We gonna lock his ass up. Had he kept his mouth shut, he probably would have just had to just deal with the civil suit, paid that money, and then it would have been over. If it would even got that far. So that's what happened. So it's like that's the same thing that's happening here. They're really just ramping this shit up, and they're literally just stacking blocks. Even though the blocks are hollow and full of shit, they just stacking up shit so that they can play on the emotions of a jury in civil court and get a payday.
That shit really unfair.
And then she about to make a documentary on Lifetime stuff.
So this came out before the documentary did. So that's what she's letting the cat out the bag on that right there.
When you gonna tell her mama quit lying? She got look. See,
yeah, nothing to do with me. She gonna kick me out. I ain't saying nothing to her.
Oh yeah, you already kicked out. Look.
Right, but I need her help right now. So you know,
look, you need my help. You know, if I come over there, you know what happens. Instant.
She done moved us over here, and I don't got no clientele over here. I don't know nobody over here. So now I actually gotta get a job.
Fuck a job, Tim. Your mama hit big.
Now, she's saying clientele. I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to say that maybe she do hair. Other than that, that bitch selling drugs, talking about she ain't got no clientele. So I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but I'm saying, hey, either she doing hair or she doing nails out of the house or something, or she's selling that weight. She got some product that she pushing on the street. Because I don't know what else you talking about where you say, I ain't got no clientele. If you done moved, you may not have people to come and do your hair and do their hair, or you ain't got no people to come buy your product. That's all I'm saying about that. I ain't saying which way that it is, but that's what it sounded like to me.
That's her hubby. I'm grown now, she said.
Your mama, look, you tell her mom you ain't even grown. You still a baby walking around here lying and shit. She done told the biggest lie on national TV.
For everybody to see. God knows about it.
Yeah. They probably playing this shit. I think they playing this shit. Because in order for all them to get together, they playing this shit.
Right.
They playing this shit.
And then besides, his daughter probably looking at them like,
So she said, and Savage's daughter, which is Jocelyn, that's the mother and father, that's a daughter who like with this nigga. Like, fuck what y'all talking about. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm not being held against my will. I like being this nigga slave. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm good. That's pretty much who she is. And she's saying, why are they still doing this? Like, I'm not coming home. That's what she said. So how is this monster, how is this beast, this person who deserves to burn in hell, like his wife said in the documentary, how is this person got somebody who's saying, like, look, I don't know why y'all doing this, why we still playing this game? I'm not coming home. I'm good. I'm fine. Let me be this nigga's slave. That's what she's saying. And people still, no, girl, you being taken advantage of. This is not what you supposed to be doing. And everybody needs to come say, that ain't what she's saying. She like, leave me. I like being a slave. I like not wearing nothing, wearing tattered clothing. Pissing in a bucket is fine to me. I like it. I love it, and I want more of it. Leave me alone. Yes, he likes to piss on me from time to time. Yes, he may choke me out on occasion, but it's all the way that I and we express our love for one another. If that's what she's doing, then goddamn it, that's her right as an American. Leave the woman alone. Let her be. Let her go and live her life like it's golden or golden shower or brown, whatever she want to do. Let her live. Y'all can't control her life.
why are they still doing this? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not coming home.
Like,
Because if it was me and I'm getting spoiled like that, I ain't coming home.
that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, what the fuck? Like, why your mama can't get home? Because the way you explained it, like, she was having goddamn fun.
She was.
But you know what I think? They probably came home because they probably realized like they not gonna be that man. They not gonna be his only woman.
Yeah, probably. Yep.
They probably end up like because they probably went in like he liked them. Like, oh, he talking to them, so he liked them, so they can work their way to number one and get them other bitches up out of there. But no, they couldn't probably. Damn, and they probably had to say, fuck it, the game, like, time up, gotta come on home.
And here's my thing too. If this is all being forced upon these women, if this is all being said, hey, they were holding me against my will, I've been trapped in a closet, literally. If this was all going on, these girls would literally, once they got free, once they had an opportunity to break free, they would have every right to file a report against anybody that helped contribute to them being locked up. The person who had the key, the person who sat at the end of the gate that was on security, that kept them from running out. Once they would be dropping them names too. It was Michael Jones. He was the one that held the key, and while R. Kelly was on stage, he kept me locked up. It was Tanya Smith. She was one of the assistants, and she wouldn't feed me for months because R. Kelly told her not to. You would be able to lay all this out. It would be a thing of us saying, well, hey, we gonna bring down the whole thing, because it wasn't just him, it was everybody around him that was trapping us, keeping us, beating us, shackling us, whatever they was doing that kept you there against your will all this time. That's what you would be doing. You would be dropping those names. You would be saying that these are the people that did this to me, so I want them locked up too. Yeah, I remember when you was there, because they would be literally spending the majority of the time with her. It wouldn't be just R. Kelly and her. When he's gone with his other girls, when he's gone performing, when he's gone back home, wherever he's at, when he's gone doing his R. Kelly thing, and Robert comes in to put the smackdown on her, then it's like people in between that time would be the main ones that would be caring for them or controlling them, and they would be the ones that you would want to get to. It's obvious they were under mind control. Right, exactly. It's like, come on, man.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's crazy, man. It's just crazy. It's crazy out here, man. It's crazy.
This is what national TV say. They tell R. Kelly, I tell my mama stop for goddamn XYZ. It's like, uh-oh. She looks, when she get off the plane, she probably want cameras and everything.
So that's her saying that her mama just landed. So wherever she coming from, she just landed. And this before the show or the documentary or the docu-series, whatever, she's just basically, she's still in contact with her mama. So it ain't no thing about, oh, she just bad because her mama was doing this. She ain't talking to her. She's still in contact with her because she's obviously taking care of the kids. And she just said earlier that she was there for a couple of weeks.
Flashing. I just feel like, huh. Damn. Asante McGee. Now she said she gonna turn her last name back to Carson.
That's what she said. She wants to keep her last name.
I don't know. She said she gonna turn this shit back to Carson because she ain't gonna get nobody no credit for this shit. She want all the credit.
Oh yeah, she did say that.
She did say that.
And that's the dude that's on the phone that's got the whole call going. Oh, you know what? Actually, fair use. Let me put that back up there for a second.
Look, Asante, she needs credit. Damn. Damn, that shit crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You don't do nobody like that.
I know.
You know what though? Like, I don't know. People always say that karma shit. That karma shit.
I sent her before I found out who you were. I was like, "Is this Jay?" And she didn't respond. So she responded at like 6:35. She was like, "What is that you sent me?" I was like, "It's Jay." She was like, "Wow, what do you want?" I said, "Where you at?" She's like, "Just laying up there. I'm hungry." She put laughing face and she said, "What did he want?" I said, "Why don't contact him? His family abandoned him." He was like, She said, "Something's not right." He called me yesterday, talking about Mr. Kenny wants gumbo. He told you that?
You should say yeah.
Yeah.
So she obviously knows who he is too.
You should say he
She
wants.
said something's not right.
You should say your mind.
So that lets you know, and that's why I said what I said before. They in cahoots. I get it.
Shaking my head, and what do he want you to do about it? He popping up.
Yeah. Say he here, bro. Say that. Say he's here.
So there it is. That lets you know, hey, they in cahoots.
She about to get so mad at me, probably.
Let her get mad.
Right, and game recognize game. She know what he own, and she know what they own. So it is what it is.
You gave him my address.
What? Is she look, say yeah? Is she gonna try to act like is she gonna give it to me and then she gonna tell me you gave him my address?
I say yeah with a question mark.
Like, no.
And so obviously she don't fuck with this dude, and dude know it, but dude he gonna fuck with her.
Why would you do that?
Get out.
That's bad.
And whatever animosity that this girl got towards her mama, that's why she's fucking over her mama. And if it's just the whole thing of just the whole her going off, fucking around and chasing after R. Kelly while leaving her with the responsibility of raising her kids, she got every right to be fucking upset. She got every right to be pissed the fuck off because that's not her job. She didn't lay down and have them kids. Your ass did. And because you did, you don't get to go run off and play motherfucking sex slave from, days on end or weeks on end or whatever, because that's just what you want to do. You got a responsibility to your kids and you have an obligation to them. And it's not fair for you to leave her ass to be the caregiver for your children that you laid down and had with 2, 3, or 4, 5, however many niggas you had them with. That's not what being a mother is about. That's not what being a black queen is about. That's bullshit that you own right now. And her daughter got every right to be mad and have animosity against her. Plain and simple. Bad fucking parenting. No matter how you want to, no matter how you want to cut it.
She said yes.
You should have sent out there shaking my head and all that shit back.
He might be trying to kill me.
That what she said?
So it's like, and I get that part of it.
Why would you tell him where I live?
Yeah, mommy. We need to take her to the doctor and get a diagnosis for that shit.
What is he doing? Mommy, I can't go on it anymore. Like, what?
Wow.
And that's pretty much what it sounds like she's doing.
She FaceTiming me.
Look. Don't pick up.
And this motherfucker. Don't pick up, I need to keep this call going. This nigga here, man. Goddamn. Crazy. It's just crazy.
Wow. Hello?
She's funny.
So it is what it is. I mean,
clearly you're playing.
Yeah.
You're not that crazy.
Wow.
yeah.
Your mama, yeah, she.
You are though.
Yeah.
In her third assignment of error, Carson claims the trial court is refusing to admit the victim's medical records for the purpose of impeaching the victim. She claims the victim medical records from the New Orleans Adolescent Hospital would have shown the child is aggressive, suicidal, and prone to fabricate stories. What the fuck? Wow. So he says she really is mentally unstable.
Wow.
Ain't that some shit?
No, she finna go on press run and shit. No, I want her to be white. Damn.
I don't know. Something they had something. I don't know. They ain't telling the full story.
Yeah, they ain't telling the goddamn full story.
Wow.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. They goddamn doing this shit, but I'm saying like, she was coming home when she wanted to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get goddamn Chanel and goddamn everything she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So how the hell? I wonder who put this shit together, make them say this shit.
Right.
But this shit crazy because they can make people damn near famous. I mean, like they can fuck people up though. Like there's
Yes.
all allegations. Cause I was like, when I met her ass, she was definitely fucking like following R. Kelly every day.
Boom.
Shit. I'm like, how the hell you hate this motherfucker? You goddamn.
This is the worst motherfucker ever. And you following him every day. You going the way he at.
When all this shit over with, she probably forget that she been and did the shit.
There you go. And if you watching this on the replay, click the like button, please. Hit that damn like. It's the little thumbs up right there on the bottom of the screen. Click the like button and save a thought somewhere in the world. Every like that's clicked, a certain portion is donated to Young Thoughts of America. And make sure that you do that so that you can help support a young thought that's out here in the world. So click on that thumbs up and do your part in helping the community and donate to a thought. Thank you very much.
She was wondering, what the fuck happened to R. Kelly? Oh, man. You better beware of that shit.
I'm gonna just look at it like, you know what?
Cut it out.
Please.
So look, when she was with R. Kelly, who the hell was y'all living? Who was y'all staying with?
I was watching the kids.
Like, how long did she be gone though?
Sometimes a few days, a week at the most.
Bam! There you go. Just like we said earlier, going a few days, maybe a week. That's not being held against your will. That's not slaving. That's sexting. That's rendezvousing. That's booty calling. That's going out and getting some dick. That's just what it is. It's like it's not what she's trying to claim it to be. And it's like, and that's going to lead me to my biggest point, my biggest problem with all of this, which I'm going to say in a few minutes. But that's what she's doing. She's literally just saying, hey, I'm going to get this dick. I'm going to go crawl on this floor, shit in this bucket, lay in this corner, do whatever this nigga tell me to do because he giving me money and he buying me shit. And that's what a lot of women do. That's what a lot of women will do when a dude that got money. Basically, the nigga, that's your sugar daddy. Whatever you want to call it. Say whatever you want to say, but you can't say that you a sex slave. You just can't.
Should be. And you be sitting right there. Y'all didn't have a nanny?
No, I was the nanny.
Damn.
That's why all of us is so close, because we was always together.
How long she was doing that shit though?
3 years.
3 fucking years. And
And she sent the kids off for the summer, so she was gone the whole summer for 2 months. And I was just at a friend's house.
And how old was you?
16,
16,
17.
17.
No, 15, 16, 17, yeah.
15, 16, 17. You like, damn, I wish I can goddamn be there.
No, she was bringing home shoes and money, so. Because we like, how is she, me and Jill and Shirley sat down, we was like, how is she paying these bills if she don't have a real job? Like,
Oh, she had a job.
And all this about R. Kelly, like, oh, so that's how you paying your bills.
Oh, R. Kelly was paying her bills and shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
He bought her Mercedes and everything.
Boom.
And then they come out and do this shit to them. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Now, where was this shit at in the show? Now, look, here's my other shot with this. So, if I can find this, and actually, my wife sent this to me, and I just dug a little deeper and got the full call. If I can find this, I know fucking Lifetime have seen this or heard this. You can't tell me this shit been out since May of 2018. You can't tell me that Lifetime didn't come across this shit. And here's where the bullshit is. Because the Me Too lady I know she didn't heard about this shit. The other lady that's in Cook County, the prosecuting attorney, Kim, whatever the hell her name is, she didn't heard this shit. These motherfuckers know what it is, and they don't want to call it what it is. They just want to say, hey, let's shape this shit, let's pimp this shit, let's get this propaganda going so we can fry this nigga so we can have a trophy. That's it. There you go. Right. They controlling the narrative. And it's like, you don't have to control the narrative when it's all truth. You don't have to control the narrative when you got the facts. You don't have to do that. But when you don't, and when you see there's bullshit, when you see that there are things that will debunk your claims and your case, like this call, that's when you start to say, well, no, we ain't gonna mention that. No, we gonna leave that part out. Because they absolutely could have asked her about this shit during that fucking interview. Well, look, bitch, we hear what you're saying and that you've been doing this for 3 years, but what about this motherfucking phone call with your daughter? Can you clear that up? We got time. Oh, we got time. Why not say, hey, look, we got a few minutes. Let's go ahead and have you clear this call up. This call with you and this other nigga that keeps saying shit. I mean, with your daughter and this other nigga that keeps saying shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like, if you got that opportunity, why not say that if you so confident in what your show is about? If y'all so confident about these are the girls that have survived R. Kelly, then why not paint the whole picture? Why not give the people, if that's who y'all doing this for, give them the whole kit and caboodle and say, here's all the evidence that we found. Y'all tell us what y'all think. Why not do that? You know why? Because it don't serve your fucking narrative. It don't serve your purpose. And your purpose was to just create a bunch of salacious bullshit and roll that shit into a money grab so that Lifetime is getting paid, which is what they're doing right now, and so that these girls can get a little coin on the side with this silver suit. They could probably go do a couple of parties, stop by some clubs, do some of these bullshit ass B-list actor shows or whatever. They probably get a reality show or some shit like that too, just so they can say, yeah, girl, we the Housewives of Atlanta and the girls are R. Kelly. Come on every Thursday. That's what it's all about. Hokey fucking pokey.
What the fuck make him do that though? Cause he didn't like. Damn, he was paying her bills, giving her money, and buy her a fucking car.
Car, shoes, money.
She probably, your mama probably forget she been did that shit. Cause hey, I ain't gonna lie. You know what? When I met your mama, that's how I was wondering, like, how the fuck is she paying her bills?
Oh, you know how she paying her bills with that box.
Like, how the fuck is she paying her bills? I just could not figure that shit out. But I ain't gonna lie, she had told me some shit. She had told me that the people that adopted her had left her ass some money. I was like, Asante, I don't know if that shit true. I was like, I don't know.
Wow. The people who had adopted her had left her some money. Dookie. All right. The people who had what had happened was the people who had adopted me left me some money. Catches bullets with her teeth. Nigga, please. Come on, somebody tell me what that's from. I know y'all gotta know. But come on, man. That was her game. That was her justification. That's her excuse. The people who adopted me left me money. That's how I bought this Benz. I got these shoes. I got these racks on racks on racks. But I ain't bought a house. And me and my family have been moving around for the past 3 years. And I just, for some unforeseen reason, I disappear for 3 to 4 days, no more than a week from time to time. Right. Yeah, there we go. Last Dragon, baby. Show enough. The Shogun of Harlem. Yeah, buddy. Come on, man.
The people that adopted her do what? They did.
She said they had left her ass goddamn millions of dollars and shit. I was trying to figure out how in the fuck she goddamn was paying her bills.
I know they were rich, but dang, I didn't know.
Man, she goddamn told man. Asante told me that them folks left all y'all money. She would have my ass going like a motherfucker.
It must be money she hiding there.
Man, she can't because how she explained it to me is that the shit was set up in y'all goddamn name, so she couldn't do it. Like, I kind of figured she was lying, but I could not understand how in the hell she paying her bills. And
Exactly.
she got them like, I'm like, how the hell is she going shopping? She buying shit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, that's
Yeah,
that's
me
what.
and Andrea was confused too. Like, where is she getting the money from? Like, I didn't
Exactly.
figure this out till 2 years ago how she was getting the money.
Damn.
And what is that noise in the back? Cause this bitch like it seems like she doing this like she just patting up her fucking weave. I just it just sounds like that's what she doing. Like she like yeah, and got the phone on speaker like a motherfucker, or she got one of them things where they be holding the phone like that, and she just like yeah, and I'm just like she ain't. We ain't had no money like that. No people, no folks dead. Like goddamn.
He taking care of their ass, giving their ass money, coming home. So when she come home, how long she used to come home?
She didn't stay. She was always on
That bitch patting her weave.
always
She
going to
is.
with them. She was always gone. Like now, she always gone.
So when she come home, like did she explain like, damn, we did this, we did that, or what? How was that shit?
She didn't tell us nothing.
So what was that when she come home? Was she just go in her room like she always do?
Yep.
And y'all just be minding y'all own business downstairs and some shit.
Yep.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
She come and annoy the fuck out of y'all because she come in that bitch yelling and shit. Huh?
Yep. I'm like, we feel like you don't be here, so why are you yelling at us?
Wow.
She'll text and call. She's like, make sure they take their bath and tell them to do this, tell them to clean up that, and whatever.
Tell me what that noise is then. That bitch ain't sitting there doing this. Tell me what it is. If she ain't sitting there doing this shit, like, yep, I know, and she probably got her eyes closed, so she's like, yeah, she doing this, and she talking about, she doing all that. That bitch is patting that weed because that shit itching. She got that itch.
But yep, I was the one to feed them. I was the one to watch them.
How old was she when this shit started?
How old is she now? She was young. Real young.
She like, what, 12 now?
Yeah, she's 12 now. And it happened, 2006? No, 2015, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So you in there just holding it down, just like, oh shit, I just do whatever I want to do. What you like?
And she always wondered why I lashed out and why I always got in trouble. Stuck boys and like leave the house, like you're not here.
Yeah, you know what? She just trying to make it like she like, oh, I had to do that because Tierra was doing this. Like, you gone, of course. What the hell you think?
There you go. Now I will say that in her defense.
She trying to make it seem like, oh yeah, Tierra goddamn, Tierra was sneaky doing it. Like, yeah, but you was gone, goddamn, running out where Kelly.
Right. And Tierra even admitted, and that's why that was one of the things that I heard, and I was just like, okay, I'm kind of like, I kind of felt really like good with just doing this and talking about this because she admitted to what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? And with her admitting her part in that and accepting responsibility for what she's doing, and she knows good and fucking well what she's doing. And that's why I said they in cahoots with the shit. And she just talking about the shit. She know that this dude is fucking recording this shit. But the fact that she actually admitted to saying that's why I lashed out. That's why I was sneaking boys in the house and all that type of shit. So it's like she knew exactly what she was doing and why she was doing it. And this is at 15, 16, 17 years old. She know what she doing. And that's why I said what I said about the other girls at 15, 16, 17. Yeah, you ain't got it all figured out, but the basics and knowing what you're doing, you know exactly what you're doing. And you may have a different reason as to why you're doing it, but you're not so fucking regressed in your mind and in your ability to make decisions to where you don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's not the case. And especially with the way that the kids of today, they are exposed to so much at a young age that they grow up fast. It's like, and people that, and me, like I grew up, I'm a 70s baby. So it's like people, that have grown up in like, that was an 80s baby or people that were 90s babies. If there's any in the chat or any watching this, you can definitely vouch for this, what I'm about to say. The things that we did when we were young, and I'm talking elementary to high school, in just that time when it came to how we interacted with girls, the things that we did, we were lucky. We were happy with feeling on the girl's booty at recess. And I'm not even talking about groping. I'm talking like a pat on the booty, a pat and run. We were happy to do that. That's where it was in grammar school. Then you might have gotten a kiss here or there. Maybe. But it was only, I could count on one hand the people that we knew that was actually having sex in elementary school. It was a handful. It was probably 2% of our kids in the grammar school back then were having sex. That was actually fucking in 7th and 8th grade. Okay? Now, when you take those kids and you talking about the next generation in the 80s, they was doing a lot more. Them kids they was getting it in. So they was going past that groping, that feeling on the booty and patting and running around and hitting girls and running, catch a girl, freak a girl. They wasn't doing that. They was actually getting it in at that age. They was fucking. They was finger fucking. It was like the percentage grew. You go into the 90s, them kids like my nephews and them with the shit that they was doing, I was like, motherfucker, we wasn't doing that shit till I was a fucking senior damn near out of high school. I still wasn't getting it like that. And y'all getting that shit in grammar school. At freshman, them kids was getting their dick sucked. It was like everybody was doing it. It wasn't this girl, she sucked dick. You knew who the dick sucker was or the dick suckers was in grammar school when I was there. In high school, yes, it was a larger number, and you knew who they were. By the time, like I said, those kids in the 90s, that was common amongst all of them. The greater majority of them was sucking dick. They was fucking running trains and all that type of shit. My nephew and them, they was running trains in high school on the regular. Not, this one girl fucked the football team. Or this one girl sucked the whole basketball team's dick. No. That's what girls did. We go to parties and see who running the train. Where the runners at. That's when runners, bussers, that's when that shit came about. That's when that came about because they was running trains. So you talking about how that progressed, and you talking about R. Kelly in the 90s, what those girls were doing, they was way more advanced than what the girls were when our age was. Now take it past me and go back further. It wasn't that many girls doing what they were doing at that age. So yeah, I get the fact that you talking about just the whole aspect of saying, well, during this time, we have this law because the girls aren't sexually active. But the girls are sexually active now in today's time. In the 2000s, what these girls is doing, it's nothing. They went from just touching, petting, heavy rubbing, bumping and grinding, pun intended. They moved into that to getting trains run on them, to fucking, to where now they've gone full retard and they selling pussy now in high school. They prostituting themselves in high school. They know the value of their pussy and that they can get money for it because of the debauchery that had started back in the fucking 80s and 90s. So now they have moved to the point to where they like, shit, at 16, nigga, you can fuck, but you gonna pay. That's what they doing. Because it's like they getting fucked on at 13 by grown ass niggas. They getting molested at 12, at 10. They getting molested at 8. They getting molested. So it's like you got the average, and I'm talking about your average little black girl. By the time she's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, somebody done pumped on her, fucked on her, and I'm talking about that's close to her. Close to her. Have already begun the sexual abuse to where they taking advantage of her, got her sucking dick, and it's her cousin. Fucking her at the church. That's her uncle. Or the deacon. Or the choir member. Or the praise dancer, or whatever the case may be. Then you move on to where you in 8th, 7th, and 8th grade, you straight fucking. You got a boyfriend. And the nigga probably got a car. So it's like these girls are they way more advanced, and they're actually doing a lot more. So that means that they're growing up faster. So that means that they're making those decisions at a much older, at a much younger age, because they've grown up so fast that they're living like adults. Kids don't get to be kids no more like it used to be. When I was fucking 13, 12, 10, it was PlayStation. I mean, not PlayStation, but it was Nintendo, Sega, then pussy. Now that rapidly changed, but at the end of the day, that's what it was. We was thinking about playing them video games. We trading cartridges. You know, we didn't call it cartridges back then. We was cartridges. We was trading games. That's what we was doing. And you know what? Speaking of games, Jeff and motherfucking Sean Hoy, y'all ain't shit for trying to gank me out my fucking Nintendo game. Let me tell you what these motherfuckers did. These niggas took the old ass game called Ice Climber that came with the motherfucking game when you bought it, and they switched the shit with some other game and tried to trade with me permanently. Like, look, I'm gonna give you this game, you give me that game. I'm like, yeah, nah, nigga. Alright, well, yeah, come on, let's do it. It was like, I think it was Excite Bike or some shit like that. I don't know, but it was Nintendo. These motherfuckers literally opened up the game and switched the fucking chips and tried to give me a bullshit ass game. I take the shit home as soon as I traded and was like, wait a minute, this fucking Ice Climber. I went back to, hey man, y'all better give me my motherfucking game back. Fuck wrong with y'all? Y'all niggas ain't shit. Tried to switch that game on me. Well, whatever. Had to get that off my chest. God damn it, that disturbed me as a kid. But these kids have grown up a lot faster. So that means that they are way more advanced and they know what the fuck they doing. So you got your 14-year-old and your 15-year-old daughter texting R. Kelly at night, and he talking about, I really want to see you. I can't wait to be alone with you. We gonna have so much fun together. That girl know what the fuck it is. She not thinking that they going to play tiddlywinks. Well, they might be playing. They might call it tiddlywinks or tickle bitties or something. But she know we not going to play marbles. We not going to play dress up. We not, well, they might be playing dress up. We not going to play house, but no, actually they probably will be playing house. We not going to play whatever the fuck these games. What game? Hopscotch. He might be hopping on my scotch, whatever. But the Sky Blue, y'all remember the Sky? Yeah, we jumping rope. She know that she ain't going to do no double dutch tournament in the hotel. She going to get some dick. And R. Kelly telling her, I'm going to have you on stage, backstage with me. I'm going to buy you some shoes. I'm going to get you them Jordans. You know them 13s coming out on Wednesday, on Tuesday. I'm going to get them for you. You good. That's what he doing. And she's with it because she's learned what it is that her body means to other motherfucking men. They know. They know how to manipulate. They know how to barter. They see their mamas doing it. Mama got 4 boyfriends. Them niggas come by, drop off money, drop off dick, and they gone. I see what it is. That's what they do. They learned it.
She's attractive. Look like when I was in high school, at least I know we was wanting to have sex. I don't know about you with your old ass, but when I was in high school, we was like, yeah, and she's like, yeah. But she was trying to make it seem like you was sneaking and doing this shit. Like she was there and you jumping out the window with shit. Like that's how she made it seem like, oh man, she had to put all this shit because you would do some shit. That's how she made it seem to me like.
Well, she put the cameras in because one night I asked for Dawn to come over and she was like, no. So I was like, my best friend in town and you talking about she can't come over, so Dummy took her sister's car and she came and got me.
Pulled
and I left the house. I walked out the front door.
You say silly shit.
I walked straight out the front door. So after that, she put cameras in the house.
Damn.
Wow. Fuck coming home to be a parent. Fuck coming home to be a mother. Fuck coming home and saying, let me let my teenage daughter live her teenage years and have a childhood like I was just saying. Fuck letting her have a childhood. Fuck letting her go out and being a teenager, hanging out with her friends. Fuck all that. She needs to be at home with these kids because I'm going out acting like a fucking teenager. I'm going out being a motherfucking kid and living my life and getting my dick on. I'm going out doing that. Crazy, man. It's just crazy. It's crazy, man. Crazy. Damn.
like when she left it, like I wanted that R. Kelly like tell her to leave, or did she just kind of like? I wonder why she stopped fucking with him.
I don't know.
That's
I
some
don't know what.
that's some interesting shit. Cause y'all mama didn't tell me that shit was like that. I ain't gonna lie. She was like, I ain't gonna lie. She was telling me they were having fun, but she was saying shit like, oh y'all had a nanny, and she was saying R. Kelly. She said R. Kelly will get y'all a nanny and shit.
I was the nanny.
Tell that nigga where your check at? You need a check.
That's why all my friends would be like, "Here, you raise kids." Like,
And we pretty much right back around now because they done chopped it up, chopped and screwed and put it back together. Tecmo Bowl. Boy, I'm telling you, you know what my team was at Tecmo Bowl? I played with the Bears, played with San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers was my favorite team on Tecmo Bowl because you had that play that Jerry Rice and John Taylor do them streaks, them streaks down the middle. You throw that bomb, or you do the other one where you get the tight end to come across and you hit him in the middle, boy. That was my game. Roger Craig. They had a balanced team. That's why I love Sanford, the 49ers. Shout out to Joe Montana. Coldest quarterback of all time. Fuck that Tom Brady bullshit. Joe never lost. But anyway, Tecmo Bowl. Then you had people who had the Raiders. You had that Bo Jackson play where if you didn't pick that motherfucking play for that Bo Jackson, that nigga was gonna fuck around and run an 80-yard on you, boy, because he was bouncing everybody. And then you had the Bears. They was the other balanced team too, because them Bears, boy, they had that play with that Walter Payton. Boy, you get out there, Walter Payton, to bounce your ass too. That was the days. Those were the days. Had to hit him with the eater bunker. But here's the biggest problem in all of this. So we went through through the audio. We done heard all of this shit. Y'all done seen the videos and shit that I've done. Here's where it's disturbing and fucked up. And I touched on this a little bit last night. The fact that they're lying, the fact that they're lying by omission, they have people who are dropping motherfucking docs on them or whatever, doxing them, whatever y'all want to call it. You got all of these people that are coming forward and they're telling like, no, I wasn't quite like that. She on bullshit. Or you got people like even R. Kelly denying some of this shit. So it's just like, when you have all of that going on and you got just the Me Too movement coming out and they're coming out telling half-truths, everybody's trying to spin this shit to their advantage as opposed to just telling the fucking truth. You're not acknowledging the victims all around. You only want to say, well, it was just her and it was just her. Fuck him. He ain't shit because he got the money and we want it. When all of that comes about, yes, it's a money grab. Yes, it's a bunch of BS. Yes, it's a bunch of false accusations, but there's some truth to it too. What it does, it cheapens and it lessens and it takes the spotlight off of the real victims. And that's what's so disturbing to me about this shit, is that we as people, we as the media, all of these fuckers at Lifetime, all these fuckers at the Me Too movement, all of these people are willing to cheapen and to actually marginalize the fucking real victims, the real kids that this happened to, the kids that are brought over here that are kidnapped, that are held against their will. There's some little girl or some little boy being held against their will right now, getting fucked on by some grown pervert as we speak. And ain't nobody else out there trying to speak up for them, going to try to save them. Ain't nobody out there doing that right now because we all at home watching this fucking Lifetime bullshit 30 years ago docu-series so that these fuckers can get some money, get some fucking likes, get their Instagram popping, get all this bullshit going so that they can get some attention and some fucking money. When at the end of the day, you was fucking willing participants in sex slaving, fucking this older dude, whatever you want to call it. You were a willing participant. Because ain't nobody said they was held against their will. Ain't nobody said they was held down. Ain't nobody said that a motherfucker shackled their ass to some shit and they just been trapped in a fucking closet for 3 years. Ain't nobody came forward with that. Everybody is saying, yeah, I was fucking them, and yeah, I did fuck some other little girl that I had never met. Yeah, I did fuck this other girl that I had never met. Yeah, we was all having threesomes and we let them record it. We didn't tell them not to. No, I never told them to stop. No, I never told them I wanted to go. No, I never said nothing, but I was a victim. What about the girl that is screaming somewhere? What about the girl that is crying because she trapped in the fucking closet for real? Cause she locked up in a fucking basement for real? Cause her pimp got her motherfucking tied to a fucking bed in some fucking stinking ass motel room, and dudes is coming in paying $20 to fucking leave her, and they don't give no fuck because they just want to be able to come back and hit it again. What about them? What about the girls that are being fucking literally snatched into a fucking van? What about the girls who can't say nothing because they don't speak English because they foreigners and they don't have nobody to stand up for them? What about the girls who got fucking snatched? What about the girls who got sold by their parents? What about the girls who got fucking sold into the motherfucking slavery shit for real? What about the girls whose motherfucking mama's boyfriends is fucking on them while their mama's at work? What about the girls who know that they motherfucking mama and their boyfriend is in the same room, and then after he get through fucking the mama and the mama fake sleep, he sneak out that room and come in there and fuck on her? What about the little boy that's getting fucked on at night and he can't even say nothing, because if he do, then everybody gonna make it seem like he's fucking gay and his whole life is gonna be fucked up because he can't tell nobody? What about them kids though? What about them 14-year-olds? What about them 11-year-olds? What about them 10-year-olds? What about them 9-year-olds? Where is the motherfucking stand-up movement for them? Where's the Lifetime special about the kids in the Catholic Church? Where's the Lifetime special about the kids that's in the hood that's growing up in this shit for real? Because what we doing now, we talking about a bunch of old hoes that ain't got no bodies no more, that ain't got no more money, and now they trying to fucking re-up. That's what this shit here is about. And ain't nobody saying nothing, and ain't nobody talking about it because it seems exciting. It's tea. Ooh, we got the tea on Lifetime, girl. We watching this nigga Kels. We putting this shit out here. Yeah, his ass finally getting towed down. They gonna get his ass. What about the motherfuckers that you know who getting got right now, but they ain't got no money? They ain't got no hit album. They ain't on tour. What about that little kid that go to school and that little kid sleep all day? And you thinking that this kid that's sleeping all day is just a lazy motherfucker because he up playing PlayStation, but he can't go to sleep because if he go to sleep, somebody gonna try to fuck on him. What about that kid? Who is the motherfucker that's on TV talking about that kid? Where's the ugly ass fucked up face spokesman for that kid? But we got a bunch of grown motherfuckers trying to sit here and say and cry victim, and then we got a bunch of other grown motherfuckers who got platforms and they trying to stick up for them, but they not sticking up for the real babies that's actually getting taken advantage of, that's actually getting fucking raped, that's actually screaming and crying about some dude trying to fuck them, and they fucking insides getting tore up to the point to where they gotta go to the doctor. They getting yanked from their fucking homes because they mamas let them get fucked on. By their uncles, by their cousins, by their brothers. Ain't nobody using their platform to talk about them motherfuckers though. Shout out to my man DJ Just Jazz Soto, you did, because he do. Shout out to my man Tommy Sotomayor, because he do. That's the shit that pisses me off, and that is the real tragedy in all of this shit. Because we spending time, energy, resources, searching this shit, putting this shit on Facebook, putting this shit on all these different social media platforms, Instagram and everything. But ain't nobody doing that shit for these kids that's really suffering right now. That's suffering tonight. There's a parent who's at work and got their kids in a fucking terrible situation. There's a parent who ain't got no money, so because they ain't got no money, they still got to get high so you can fuck my daughter or you can fuck my son if you get me high. And you know what we say about that motherfucker? Girl, ooh, that's terrible. Did you hear about that? That's something else. Wow, ooh, girl, can you believe that? I knew that nigga wasn't shit. Ooh, girl, can you believe that? That shit is crazy. Ooh, man, that's so crazy. What about the little boy who getting fucking molested by some woman and they talking about, girl, he like that shit? Like in the movie Antoine Fisher. Wasn't no movement started from that shit, was it? Because a motherfucker didn't want to accept the fact that, yeah, a grown-ass woman can fuck on a little boy. Just like R. Kelly. Just like Carrie Kelly. Do you realize that motherfuckers ain't even acknowledged the fact that, yeah, fuck R. Kelly. Y'all want to say he the victim? I mean, y'all want to say he ain't no victim? Y'all want to say that he a low-down, dirty motherfucker? He's a fucking monster? But ain't nobody saying shit about Carrie Kelly, though. You know why? Because Carrie Kelly ain't got no motherfucking 20, 30, 40, $50 million. And shit, the way they talking about it now, R. Kelly might not even have the shit. But ain't nobody saying nothing about Carrie, though, right? Same shit happened to him, but because he ain't got no money, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, though. Ain't that something? Ain't no Lifetime special about him. Lifetime ain't called that motherfucker, have they? Forced to fucking eat his own sister out at fucking 6 years old. And you think it ain't nothing wrong with that motherfucker? You think that motherfucker's not hurting? You think he's not suffering? You think he's not a victim? But y'all ain't rallied around him, have you? Me too. Y'all ain't rallied around that motherfucker, have you? Facebook. Y'all ain't rallied around that motherfucker, have you? Instagram. Y'all ain't rallied around Carrie Kelly, have you? Fucking Twitter. Ain't nobody rallied around him. You can't say shit. He ain't got no motherfucking sex tape out where he fucking a 14-year-old. He ain't got no girls talking about, yeah, Carrie Kelly came and got me and kidnapped me and held me against my will and fucked on me for 3 years. He ain't got none of that. And ain't nobody said a fucking word about it. And this dude had the balls and had the courage to come forth and tell his story. And his brothers. Because if a motherfucker like Rob did come forth and tell his side, y'all still wouldn't fucking understand them. Y'all still wouldn't give no fuck about them. Because motherfuckers at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck about black men. They don't give a fuck about black boys. And to some degree, I agree, it's a lot of motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about little black girls neither. If your skin ain't light and your hair ain't long and you don't look mixed or you don't look white, it's a lot of motherfucking little black girls that people don't give a fuck about. But they don't give a fuck about black boys twice as much as they don't give a fuck about little black girls. So all that shit Jada Pinkett talking about, it's crazy the way he's still out here and ain't nobody saying nothing. Bitch, you probably went to his concert. I'm sure there's a picture of your ass hugged up with him somewhere. I'm sure there's an autograph of you and him somewhere. So it's like it is what it is. But call it on all sides. Could some of these girls be victims? Probably. But they was willing participants in some fuck shit. That happens. Because if they would have got a fucking record deal, if they would have got a hit album or a hit single, you wouldn't hear shit from these girls. Just like you didn't hear shit from Aaliyah. It is what it is. So don't make it seem like we get all this shit going on and we got to tear him down and we got to get his ass, but we get the kids that's still suffering. You ain't trying to stand up for them. You're not trying to find a voice for them. You're not trying to get some protection or some help for them. You're not trying to bring about, because, and this is probably going to be the Lifetime excuse, we're trying to bring about awareness to this. You're not going to try to find a way to say, well, let's get a platform and talk about these kids that's getting fucked on by their priests. That's getting fucked on by, and I ain't just talking about the Catholic Church, because that shit happened in the black church too. Ain't nobody talking about the homosexuality that's going on in the choirs in these Baptist churches. In these Kojic churches. Like what's the boy that talking about, I ain't gay no more. The fuck out of here. I like women's. You don't even know how to fucking say women. But at the end of the day, I'm quite sure somebody fucked on him. I'm quite sure somebody molested him. Somebody put a dick in his mouth when he was motherfucking 7. When he was 6. When he was 5. That's the shit that we don't want to talk about, and we don't want to stand up and say, yeah, okay, I hear y'all want to talk about this, but bitch, you 35. Let's try to save the kid that's 5. Because your ass was on the tour bus. Your ass was on stage. Your ass was backstage. Bitch, you can't be a victim right now. Because there's some kid right now that's crying because he's afraid. That's crying because she's afraid to go to sleep, to go home, to go into the room. She's afraid to fucking take a bath. She's afraid to take her clothes off. I think about the kids that when I was in school, there was only 2 or 3 that wasn't washing their ass. And we thought it was funny as kids because the motherfuckers was dirty. Well, maybe it was because the motherfuckers didn't want to take their clothes off. Maybe it's because it's just some shit that's so terrible at home that they hate going home. But where's the show for them motherfuckers? It ain't none. Because all we want to care about is talk about stringing up a motherfucker that got money because we want the hopes of us getting some. That's what this shit is. And that's what pisses me off. That's what gets me fired up. Yeah, the little phone call and the back and forth and all that shit was funny and all that shit. Yup, I get it. But at the end of the day, when you talking about what's real and what's really happening, you want to talk about the real victims? Then let's talk about the real fucking victims. Let's talk about the people who are really in trouble. Let's talk about the people who are really suffering. Because it damn sure ain't a bunch of 40-year-old bitches whose motherfucking ass and titties done fail and now they trying to motherfucking get a check from somewhere. Damn sure ain't them. Because they didn't give a fuck about them girls when they was on stage. They didn't give a fuck about them girls when they was in the studio. You 15 and you go get another 15-year-old to get fucked on by this grown-ass man. That's called a fucking accomplice in my fucking book. That ain't no victim. And as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I have to say about that. It is what it is, man. Call the shit the way that it is. Fair across the board. Call out the bullshit and call out what's really happening. But don't ever get so fucking caught up in the salaciousness, in the fucking hype, to where you forget about the real victims. Because there's plenty of people that didn't put themselves in that situation. It's plenty of people that didn't go seeking the star. It's plenty of people that didn't go seeking that man. It's plenty of people that didn't go seeking that woman. But at the end of the day, they still got fucked on. They still got molested. They didn't ask for it. They was just in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong fucking asshole. And that's who we need to be trying to save. That's who we need to be concerned about. That's who the docu-series needs to be about. Thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you so much for your energy. Thank you for watching the show. Make sure you click the like. If you're new to the platform, make sure you subscribe. It is what it is, people, but we can do better. That's my thing. If we just stop being so selfish, we stop being so fucking money hungry, and we stop being so much of a fucking attention seeker, we could actually help each other. We could actually help somebody besides ourselves. We might just be able to even save somebody. It is what it is, man. But don't get mad when people call out the truth when bullshit is amongst us all. And that's just all I'm on. Call out the truth. Call it out on both sides, man. Because there's a lot of people that suffer from the debauchery that you put on TV every day. It's a lot of people that's still suffering from the lying motherfuckers that you put on TV today. You got a bunch of people that's lying, and then they telling their story, then they get caught in the lie. You know what it does? It makes people not believe the people who actually are telling the truth. That woman that comes forward that actually was raped, that actually was screaming, that actually was fighting. You ain't gonna believe her because you gonna think she just like the rest of them because, hey, so many of them been caught lying. The chick who accused Harvey Weinstein, she was fucking some 16-year-old, 15-year-old boy. You know what that does? It cheapens the one who Harvey Weinstein did fucking grab. And that's why you don't hear shit about her anymore, right? She don't have no court date coming up, does she? Nope. Prosecuting attorney won't press charges against her, will they? Nope. Because it was a guy. It was a boy. Yeah, he probably liked it. He probably wanted it. That probably didn't fuck him up. Nah. Having sex with an underage boy is different than having sex with an underage girl. Nah, ain't nothing wrong with him. He good. Okay. Yeah. And that's why I say the shit I say and I talk the shit that I talk. Because at the end of the day, it ain't about what you believe and how you feel. It's about what's right and what the fuck is wrong. And yes, I say it again. R. Kelly has done some shit that is against the law. Absolutely. And the shit he did was wrong. But if you gonna say it's wrong for him, it should be wrong for everybody. Shout out to Michelle Glass. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. Shout out to Rosalinda Sotomayor. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. Let's see who else we got. Glad you're back doing your thing. Shout out to Barbara. Thank you so much. I appreciate your donation. And all old mama start calling you Old Faithful, boy. Shout out to my man, Emmanuel. Thank you so much for your donation, man. I tell you. I appreciate you, man. And everybody else, like I said, thank you guys so much. Oh wait, hold on, I got one more. Shout out to my man Chris Sykes. Thank you so much for your donation. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys, man, just sacrificing that time and your hard-earned money. I appreciate it, man. And all I want to do is just try to I just want to just speak what's on my mind, speak what's on my heart. And hey, those people that were getting on my videos and just talking shit, have a conversation with me. If you got a problem with what I said, you don't agree with what I said, I'm fine with that. Let's have a conversation. We can set up a show. We can set up a phone call. Whatever you want to do. Challenge me. You know what I'm saying? Because I might not get it right all the time. And I don't mind saying, damn, I got it wrong. Damn, I didn't get all of the facts. Maybe I didn't. But at the end of the day, the things that I do have right, don't discount that shit. Because that lets me know that you own bullshit. If I tell you, hey, if I tell you 10 things and 8 of them is right, yeah, you can correct me on the 2, but acknowledge the 8. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. That's what's right at the end of the day. So, thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate all of you guys. Shout out to everybody in Soto Nation. Shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor, who inspired me to do what it is that I do. I appreciate you, brother. I love you, man. And I'm so excited about the wonderful things that you're doing. Go to Tommy Sotomayor's website and check out his shows. I've been to 2 of them. They are amazing. It's a great time. It's a nice, intimate crowd. And you will actually laugh. You will learn something. You will run the full gamut of emotions, man. It's a good time, man. That is a very, 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 very good show, man. If you and some of your friends want to go to the show. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. I'm excited about the show. I'm going to try to make Chicago. I don't know if I can or not, but I'm definitely going to try to, I'll definitely be at Austin and probably San Antonio too, because I know that's not too far from DFW. So I appreciate you guys. As always, I hope that this show helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab. And as always, peace and I'm out. Bye live. Y'all take it easy, man.